The federal government needs to do more to stop cybersecurity attacks on U.S. banks and financial systems. That is according to a new watchdog report. And Cairo 7's Samantha Manning looks at the high risks the country faces.
From high-profile breaches at companies like Equifax to hacks on social media sites like Twitter, we've seen a growing number of cybersecurity attacks. It's a concern lawmakers discussed on Capitol Hill this summer.
Something that is really a front and center in threats that this country is facing.
The U.S. financial sector is responsible for more than $100 trillion, making it a critical component of our country's infrastructure and one that's vulnerable to hackers. A new watchdog report says cyber criminals are using more sophisticated malware, and more networks are using systems like the cloud and mobile apps, which can potentially be breached. The report calls for the Treasury Department to work with the Department of Homeland Security to track and respond to cybersecurity threats. Earlier this year, a bipartisan congressional commission tasked with coming up with a cybersecurity plan called for changes within the government, including the creation of a national cyber director.
It's important to note that the overall approach we're taking here is not to create a bunch of new organizations within the federal government, but rather an attempt to elevate and empower existing organizations.
And in response to the report, the Department of Treasury pointed out it doesn't have the power to make private companies hand over data on cybersecurity threats. So it relies on companies to volunteer that information in order to help in the wide-scale tracking of threats. In Washington, D.C., Samantha Manning, Cairo 7 News.